What's up, everybody? It's your girl K Monet. Welcome to another episode of my healing journey. So I don't know about you, but I feel like this journey has been a roller coaster, ain't it? So first we went all the way up with the dude that said that he wanted to just be friends, but somehow I heard him say fiance. I don't know how I got those two mixed up, but I did. It didn't end well. So then we went all the way up here, then we went all the way down where the love of my life couldn't love me back the same way that I loved him. That one still stings a little bit, so we're just going to skip on past that. Then we kind of leveled out. On part 3, we talked about forgiveness. We talked about me moving to Atlanta and trying to build my roster. In part 4, we going back up again. It's ratchet. I'm gonna just lead with that. If you stay and you don't like something you hear, it's on you because I warned you. First thing we're gonna do before I get into my story, we're gonna look at this here workbook that's called Not Him Again. It's supposed to help women look through their relationships, figure out the patterns, figure out why they keep dating the same type of dude over and over and over again. And I have some tips. Keep your options open, but keep your legs closed. It's a good tip, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't listen to my own tip. I didn't do that. What had happened was I went into it thinking I was gonna do that. That was the mindset. And then some things kind of got switched around and I did not take my own advice. I should have, but I didn't. Let's get into it. So in part 3, I told y'all I met this dude named Isaac. He worked in IT, and for some reason I couldn't keep my booty off of him and he couldn't keep his eyes off me. So we're chit-chatting. He's trying to get me to leave and go to his crib that night, but I'm like, no, I don't want to do a one night stand. I didn't tell him this. This is what I'm thinking. Like, I don't want to do a one night stand because I already knew what it was. Like, the energy was just there. I just knew I was going to make some bad decisions. I'm like, I can't get caught up like that. I don't want to. Let me back up. So he ended up going on vacation that next day. I think we met on like a Thursday or something. He was out of town Friday and Saturday. He came back Saturday night. It was a short little trip. He hits me up Saturday night when he gets back in from the airport. He's like, yo, I want to see you tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, I can make that happen. He was like, so you want to go to church and then I can hang out with you the rest of the day. Now, here's the thing. I should have went to church and not did the other activity, but instead I flip-flopped. I'm like, no, I don't want to go to church, but whatever you want to do after church, we can do this. Here's the thing that makes me mad, and I don't know if y'all do this, but I do this, or I did this in the past. I told y'all the love of my life turned out to not be able to love me in the way that I thought that he should be able to love me. Why blame God for that? I'm like, oh, you could have gave me a heads up. You didn't want to tell me that I was about to walk into this looking all dumb. You got me out here looking stupid. I was real big mad at God because I felt like he could have rerouted me. But here's the thing. I wasn't listening. I was lukewarm. Okay, I'm sitting here. I'm telling everybody that I love God. Like, you can ask anybody from college. They're like, oh yeah, she was always at church. She's this, and that, and the other. But I ain't have no relationship. I was just in church because that's what I was supposed to do. Like, that's how I grew up. On Sundays, you go to church. That's what it was. It was a routine. There was no relationship. It was routine versus relationship, which sucks. So now I'm mad at him. Dude asked me if I want to go to church. I'm like, nah, me and God beefing. What? Who says that? It was just so bad. Who has an attitude with God for not following what he was supposed to do? Because I wasn't really even supposed to be with that dude. I'm pretty sure that there was a lot of signs that he was just like, nah, don't do that. Go the opposite way. But did I listen? No. And now I'm mad at you. I hate when people do that. But I was one of those people who did that. So I'm like, no, I don't want to go to church. So he goes to church. He hits me up like, where you at? I'm going to come get you. Okay, I give him my address. He comes pick me up. Let me pause right there real quick to insert a tip. It's not in here, but this is just a tip that I have now. People are crazy. Don't let these people know where you live. At first, I felt all good and I felt like, oh, he's such a gentleman. He's gonna come and pick me up for our date. This man could have been crazy. He could have been stalking me. The apartment I was living in at that time, the gate was always broken. So it's like it's supposed to be a security feature, but it's not because it's always broken. If anything went wrong and he was crazy for real, he could have rolled up on me at any time because I gave him my address like a dummy. Ladies, meet him there. I'm telling you right now, meet him there, because what if you get to the date and you realize that you're not feeling him? You can get in your car and leave. Or you can call the rideshare and be like, yo, I need to roll out. Don't let this man know where you live, because then he can always also be like, hey, I'm on your side of town, let me pull up. And you might think like, oh, he thinking about me. He just want to see me. No, he wants to pull your drawers down. And that's what's going to end up happening. Well, maybe not y'all. Maybe that was just me, but whatever. Don't take my advice. I'm just free game. So back to the story. He comes, he picks me up. We're in the car. He's driving. We're listening to R&B music. We're vibing. He got his hand on my thigh. I'm passenger princess before passenger princess was a thing. I'm in there feeling real good. We pull up to the spot. He takes me punch bowl tasting. Now that's where they have all these different drinks and they spiked it with different type of alcohol. So I'm, tasting, having a good little time. And the thing is, when you can't taste the alcohol, that's when you need to be suspicious, because that means it's going to sneak up on you. So I'm going around, I'm grabbing a little punch, I'm taking it back, I'm over here grabbing a little bit. And they had like light bites there, but it was no food to soak up the alcohol. So now I'm about 5-6 drinks in. I'm over in the corner dance battling myself. Him and his coworkers are looking at me like I'm crazy, because apparently it was like a event that his company was sponsoring, and they went in and he done brought me and I look dumb. So I'm in the corner like, Catman, cook the can, cook the man, whatever y'all do, y'all gonna do whatever y'all do. Yeah. Why was I doing that? Why was I in the corner dance battling myself? Because I can't hold my liquor. Why was I even drinking liquor? That's another thing. I'm so embarrassed. Y'all don't understand how hard it is for me to get on here and snitch on myself about all the stupid stuff that I've done. Like, the stuff that I've done is so stupid, you just want to kind of like push it up under the rug, but nope, we're here. So meanwhile, back at the ranch, I'm over here dance battling myself. I won. We're just gonna leave it there. I won, period, okay? So he kind of pulls me to the side like, yo, you good? And I'm like, I'm wonderful. He's like, Leah, let's go get you something to eat. So we're driving around in the car again. He's talking to me. We're laughing. We're giggling. We go to this fancy restaurant and he's talking to the waiter in some language. I don't know what's going on. And I'm just sitting there just admiring this man like, oh, you took me on a date. You went to church this morning. So here's the thing. Even though I was mad at God, I still was just like, church boys are sexy to me. They just are. Like, you like God? Oh, I like you. But it's just like, what's happening? So I'm digging this dude. He's just checking off all the boxes. We're at dinner. He's talking to me. He made sure that I was good, got me some food, and then the check comes out. Now, I hate to inform you that I was formerly a 50-50 girl. I was actually a 100 girl because I've paid many a checks before. But in the past, my self-esteem was so low that I just wanted to be out with somebody. If I had to pay the check to do it, I would do it. Which sucks. It really, really sucks to say that out loud, but that was my truth. So the check comes and my heart starts beating fast because I'm just like, this place is a little expensive. I don't really have a job. I moved to Atlanta without a job. Did I forget to tell y'all that? Yeah. I just moved because I was running from my old situation. I had like $10,000 saved up, and I was like, this will get me through a few months, but Atlanta's expensive. And this was years ago. It's more expensive now, but it was still expensive back then. So that $10,000 went quick, okay? What did I have? I had a car note. I still had to pay rent. It just was a lot of stuff. The money was flowing out. So I'm just like, I don't really want to pay for this meal, this, and that, and the other. The check comes, puts it down. He grabs it, puts his card in, shuts it, doesn't even look at the price, and keeps talking to me. So now I'm really like, who is this young man? I've never seen this before. First, you're going to pick me up, and then you gonna take me out and introduce me to your coworkers. And then you gonna pay the bill and act like you ain't even sweating. You ain't even look at the check. You got it like that. Mind you, I'm easily impressed. So I'm just looking at him. I got the sparkles in my eyes, and this man is great. So he's like, hey, you wanna go back to my house for a little bit just to chill? I don't wanna take you home yet. You know what that means. And my dumb butt is like, yeah, that's cool, we can go. Now, mind you, 3 days ago, I'm like, no, I don't want to have a one night stand. But 3 days later, I'm at your house. Okay, whatever. My logic don't be logicy. We go back to the house and he's like, you want some dessert? So I'm like, give me 1 second. I go to the bathroom to stretch because I think dessert, I don't know, dessert means something different to me. So I'm like, I'm trying to get myself together. I'm doing, stretch. I'm doing everything, trying to figure out, make sure I'm good. So I come out and he has like these weed brownies. And I'm like, what's what's going on? He's like, you smoke? And I'm like, nah, I don't really do well with narcotics. So quick story time. I don't know how old I was, teenager, whatever. So joyriding with my people, and they pull out a blunt. Now I was always supposed to be the good girl, the goody two shoes. So they just like, oh, she ain't gonna hit the blunt. She ain't gonna hit the blunt. I'm like, who ain't gonna hit the blunt? Give me the blunt. So first of all, I don't even think I was holding it right. Like I was holding it like a cigarette, but you're supposed to do it. Just wasn't right? Like I wasn't supposed to be there. But I'm trying to fit in. I got low self-esteem. Anybody that's trying to get me in their circle, I'm trying to be in the circle. So I try to smoke the blunt. I puff, but I don't think that I gave correctly. So now I'm coughing up a storm. Mind you, I have asthma. Had a touch of the bronchitis back in my day. I am dying. Like I'm in the back dying. Everybody's laughing. I dropped the blunt on my skirt, and I have one of them like frilly skirts on. So in my mind, I'm on fire. Everybody's laughing and I'm choking and I'm on fire. There's no flames. Like the blood is just, in my mind, I was on fire. So I'm like, oh my God, coughing, this and that. Take the blunt off my fire dress because I think that I'm burning up. Throw the blunt out the window. If you ever want to get smooth, cussed out, throw somebody's blunt out the window. I tell you, some of them people still ain't talking to me. Some of them people still like I'm dirt in their book because I threw the blunt out the window. That's a no-no. I didn't know. I didn't even know how to hold the blunt. I was here with mine, right? Like I'm here with mine, but that's not, the whole situation was bad. So altogether, I'm not good with drugs. And I told him that. He was like, well, brownies is a little bit different. It's a different type of high. And I'm just like, okay. Once again, low self-esteem, trying to fit in, trying to impress the guy. I'm like, okay, I'll eat some. So I'm eating the brownie and it tastes like a regular brownie and I like sweets. So now I'm like, popping these back, right? I had too much and stuff stopped making sense. It went left fast. I just remember whispering and he was right here. So it's not like he couldn't hear what I was saying, but everything became very, very secretive. And I was whispering. He was just like, yo, babe, I'm right here. And I just like, I don't understand what's happening to me. And he's bawling, cracking up, okay? He's so weak and I'm just like, I'm so paranoid. Stuff is not making sense. I feel like I'm getting bigger. I feel like I'm getting smaller. I feel like the room's closing in on me. I'm fighting the air. I don't know what's going on. He's like, yeah, you need to go lay down. You just gotta let it do its thing. You gotta lay down. I'm like, okay. So I go in his bed, I lay down, I'm like this. Somehow I get on the bed and then I sink. I sink from his apartment down to his neighbor's apartment, down to the other neighbor's apartment. Somehow I'm in the dirt. The dirt covers me up. I'm dead. I don't know what's happening. I just don't feel like I'm alive anymore. Then I see a hand, a big hand kind of scoop me up and create me again from the dirt. Now I feel like I'm in Genesis. Like now you gotta, it was bad. And I come to, he's still laughing. I could have died and this man is laughing. If that was not a sign for me to get out and go, but once again, y'all realize that I don't pay attention to the signs. So I finally come down, I go to sleep. I am out of whack. I'm so embarrassed. He takes me home. I'm like, In my mind, I'm like, he never wants to see me again. And that's cool because I embarrassed myself. I'm not trying to relive this. I'm not about to be the little jokey joke all the time. You can be like, that's the girl that crashed out. I don't need those problems. I already have enough problems. I don't have a job. I'm in Atlanta. The person that I love does not love me. I'm here. I can't do this with you. So I go home. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get my roster because right now I only have 2 people on this roster. it's the IT guy and it's Courtney. So I'm like, this is not enough people to satisfy, and IT guy is about to be gone because I hallucinated at his house. He's not fooling with me no more. It's done. So now I only got one person that's not gonna work. One person sounds too much like a relationship. One person sounds too much like baggage. One person sounds too much like I'm gonna get my heart broken like I did with the other dude. I can't do that. I need to build my roster up. So I'm scrolling through social media trying to figure out where I'm gonna go this weekend so I can pick up some more strays. Phone rings. Who is it? It's Isaac, the IT dude. He's like, hey baby, I wanna see you again tonight. What you mean you wanna see me again? I'm so confused because I'm thinking you never wanna see me again. I just tweaked off the weed brownies. He's like, no, I want to see you. So I hop in my car, I drive to come see him, and as soon as I got in the house, my clothes fell off. I'm like, how am I naked? I just got out, I just walked in. Why are my clothes no longer on my body? Now, here's the thing that I want to talk to you guys about my logic again, because I told you my logic don't be logicking. I don't know if y'all have ever seen the movie. You probably have. It's a pretty popular movie. So the movie is based off Steve Harvey's book, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man. So in the movie, and I don't know if this is just the extended version or if they still show it on the one now, but anyway, in this movie, Megan Good character, she meets this guy. She's trying to do the 90-day rule on him, which is not letting a dude hit until 90 days has passed. So she puts on like these granny panties because in her mind, she knows she wants to smash him as much as he wants to smash her. So she puts on these drawers because she feels like, oh, if I have on raggedy drawers, I'm not gonna go all the way. It will prevent me. It's kind of like a sign to tell me like, hold up, ho, you can't go through with this type thing. So when my friends and I first went to the premiere of the movie, we were cracking up because that is something that I have always tried to do and it's never worked for me. And I've always told them, I was just like, hey, if you want to talk to a guy and you don't want to do nothing, wear some trash panties. I've tried it before, it does not work for me, but maybe you'll have better luck. So when I tell you my whole row of friends was cracking up in that part in the movie because they're looking at me like, you said that this is something that you should do. And I have, but it just never works. So this time I decide I'm gonna go one step above because I'm not trying to be funny or trying to be vulgar, but people will slide granny panties to the side and be like, it is what it is. Let me get that. So since that doesn't work for me, I'm like, I'm gonna take it one step further. I'm going to make sure that, how can I say this nicely? I'm gonna make sure my girl didn't get her hair cut. I'm gonna make sure my girl didn't visit the hair salon that week, and that will deter me from going all the way because I'll be like, oh, I'm not comfortable, I'm not all the way together down there, so it's a no. When I tell you this man cared nothing about it, and apparently I didn't either because I smooth went through. So now I'm shamed. I'm very, very shamed because he all happy, we done finished, he want to recap and be like, oh, I didn't know you was, why do dudes do that? Why they want to be like, I didn't know you was gonna hit me with the Don't do that because I'm already embarrassed, but not for real because my self-esteem is low. So by you telling me like that I did a good job, I'm kind of like patting myself on the back, but I'm also very, very shamed because I know that you're about to start acting funny because I tried to steer away from the one night stand and it ended up being like a 5-night stand. So it's like, what kind of stuff is that? Like, oh, yippee to me for lasting 4 more days than the other people. Who does that? Like, just, I'm in my feelings. I'm in the bathroom. Like, you did it again. Why did you do it again? Now you're never gonna go on no more dates. Y'all never going to no more dinners. You're not meeting nobody else. You're now a Netflix and chill girl. You just are. And that's exactly what I turned into. And it made me so mad because why didn't I have enough confidence in myself to be like, I don't know this dude, I'm not about to give myself to him. Why did I have to try to trick myself with granny panties or not, you know, getting it all the way together down there? How come I couldn't just say, no, I deserve more. I'm not coming to your house. You're not getting with me that easy. Why do I have to do all these tips and tricks and everything to try to trick myself out of doing something at that point that felt natural to me? But the only reason why it felt natural to me is because, well, I don't want to say the only reason, but that was my exchange for love. That was my exchange for self-esteem. I felt so bad about myself, but when these guys were flirting with me or they were putting me on some pedestal because of how I made them feel one night, then I'm like, oh, my meter is on high, it's on full. No, why did I do that? And then another thing that I had started thinking about that really made me upset, like sometimes I wish that it was detachable. Like I wish that I could have just been like unzipped it and put it up under my pillow, and maybe the tooth fairy would have left me some change for being, you know, good and responsible with my cool that night, because I sure enough wasn't responsible when it was on my person. Like I really wish I could unzip that hole, throw it somewhere and be like, oh, I left it at home. We can't even, I'm sorry. It's not here with me. But unfortunately it was there with me, and it got. So now I'm a Netflix and chill girl. And then here's another thing, like this story just keeps going down and down and bad and bad. Remember how I told you I was so impressed that he paid for dinner without even looking at it? Tell me why he paid that with his corporate card. Yeah, tell me he didn't even spend his own money. So check this out. Later on, because I started, you know, he started acting funny and I had to start lurking and looking through a couple of things. Later on, I found out that the reason that I went to that punch bowl tasting and I met his co-workers is because he was acting like I was a client. Oh, the shame of it all. So now you've introduced me to your co-workers. They're like, oh, you're entertaining this person that works. I don't know where he told them I worked, but then you take me to dinner and you put it on your corporate card. So he was a scammer. He was one of them ATL scammers. His trip that he had went on afterwards was a work trip, but he was chilling and doing all type of fun stuff, but on their dime. Everything was on their dime. So now every time I'm going to visit him, there's no more dinners. There's no more him paying for me. It's, hey, can you stop by and get me some Zaxby's before you on your way? Hey, can you stop at bring me a this, and that, and the other? And I'm steady swiping, no job. I'm swiping my credit card to feed this man that put me on his corporate card. So you know how I already had low self-esteem, right? Imagine how lower it goes when you realize that you're only worth a corporate card meal. Yeah, I'm gonna cry in the car. So anyways, let's skip over that. Finally, he decides that he's going on another work trip and I'm crashing out because the dates are not the same. Like we're still hanging out, but the hangout is Netflix and chill now. Like you're not taking me outside. You're not paying for anything. I'm paying for stuff. You're getting, you know, food and a toy. At this point, I'm a McDonald's kids meal because I'm bringing you snacks and you get to play with me later. So he decides to go on a business trip and I'm crashing out. I'm trying to figure out what I need to do because the roster only has 2 people on it. So then, bright idea, I remember the same night that I met the IT guys, I met this other guy named Q, and we were just kind of like looking and talking, but I couldn't fully get into him the way that I wanted to get into him because I was technically there with the IT guy. So I called a homegirl up and I'm like, yo, remember that dude that I was kind of talking to? She's like, oh yeah, Q. And I'm like, hook it up. Please hook it up because I need to see him and he definitely needs to see me. So she has another get together at her house. I'm like, no pictures, don't post nothing on social media because I don't want the dude to see that I'm here with him, and it's just too much. They like, we cool. So now I see this guy, he comes in and he's a charmer and I know that I am about to get got. But now I'm a little bit more smarter because I just got by IT dude and I'm just like, okay, I can't do anything stupid. I can't have anything make me feel lower than I feel right now. I have to try to play this smart. So dude's all in my face, he's in my ear, he's telling me, you know, what he want to do. And real quick, ladies, you know how when somebody is talking and you just know that they're telling the truth? Everything else, like how they feel about you, is lies. What they're going to do for you in the future as far as a relationship is lies. But when they're talking about certain things that they shouldn't be talking about, you kind of know that it's true and you kind of want to figure it out for yourself. That's how he had me. I was just like, everything he's saying, I know he can come through with this. I know it for a fact. Like he looks like the type. He looks like the type. So I'm sitting there trying to figure out how I am going to avoid being stupid for him, just like I was stupid for the IT guy, because mind you, I'm trying to create a roster. I'm trying to create the rotation, and people fall out of the rotation when you give it to them too soon. So I'm trying to hold him off for as long as I can. That night, he's telling me what he wants to do. I'm listening, but I'm not falling for it. So then maybe, I don't know, a little bit of time goes by and we go to the movies. And we're in the movies doing some things we ain't got no business doing. And it gets a little hot and heated in that movie theater. And so read the book to find out exactly what happened in the movie theater. But let's just say we tried to go to the car to finish what we started. But at this point, I'm on my high horse. Like, I'm not about to jump in nobody's backseat. Ma'am, you just had a 5-night stand a couple of weeks ago. You're not above jumping in the backseat. Like, let's stop playing. But see, that's how my delusion, it's just, I do not like that part of my life. But anyway, I held my own. I stayed strong. I'm like, I'm not getting back there. And he's like, okay, well, let's go back to your crib. No, you're not coming in my house, blah, 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 blah. So we're talking, we're in the car, we're kissing. He's doing everything that he can to try to convince me to figure out some type of way for us to go all the way. And I'm not on it because I already feel stupid by the IT dude. I'm not about to feel dumb twice. But my hormones were raging and I'm feeling just, you ever just want to feel wanted, and you feel wanted by somebody, but you know that you can't cross that level with them yet. So these are all the things that's going on in my mind. I'm like, okay, IT guy is out of town. Q is fine and chocolate and saying everything that I want him to say, but I know that if I go there with him, I'm going to really be broken in more ways than one. So I just had to call the first person that I put on my roster when I came to Atlanta, and that was Courtney. And that, yeah. We're gonna leave that for next time because there's so much stuff that happened that just changed the trajectory of everything. So we're gonna pick that up in the next episode. But before I let you go, I wanna talk about a couple of things. And I know you're not gonna wanna hear it, especially for me, because I did the exact opposite of it. But I've learned a lot of things, so let's just talk about it. So I was telling you guys about the movie, The Think Like a Man, Act Like a Lady, and how she tried to do the 90-day rule. The 90-day rule is cool, but we really should not be trying to get it in until we get married. And here's why. I don't feel like, a lot of people are like, oh, you know, that's so old fashioned, blah, 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 blah. I get it. I understand. We all are human. Our flesh desires different things. I get it. I completely understand. But when I tell you that there's so many people that after I decided to get myself together and stop having sex, now breakups don't break me as much as they used to. Before, when I would date somebody and we would be intimate, when I tell you it would take me so long to get over them, because not only is my mind craving them and trying to figure out like, why don't they want me, this and that, the other. Not only did low self-esteem kick in, but my body would crave them. I would smell certain things and be like, oh, this person, I just have to have them. I would see a movie, or I would get like a flashback. Y'all ever had them flashbacks? You at work like, oh my gosh, what's happening here? Like, I would get those things because now I'm connected to that person in a way that I'm not supposed to be connected to. When I tell you I get rid of people so quick now, oh my gosh, it's so freeing. I talk to somebody for a couple of weeks and I'm just like, yeah, I don't like you. you're gone. I don't even have to block them unless they get, aggravated and they keep texting, they keep calling and they're not getting the hints. Or if when I say, hey, I'm really not feeling you no more, I would prefer for you to not call me, and they still do it anyway, then I have to block you. But other than that, I don't have to block you because there's nothing that you can say or that you can do that can convince me to come back, because I have not given you that part of myself. Whereas before, the dude Isaac had me in a chokehold. He was out of the country and I was still trying to come up with different plans of how to get him out of my mind because of all the stuff that we did. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to leave that there real quick. I'm not trying to get in your business. I'm not trying to, act any type of anything. I'm just trying to tell you what I know. When you do not have sex with people, it's so much easier to cut that tie from them and go on about your business. And what I've also realized too is that some dudes, sex is all they had to offer. And I'm not trying to play nobody or anything like that, but have you ever really tried to have a conversation with somebody after the fact, like you're not, smashing them anymore, and you like link up again, they're like, oh, hey, I miss you, can we go out? And you go out and the conversation is so stale and you just be sitting there like, you dumb a little bit. Like is this person slow? Like a little bit. You just were trying to figure it out and you be like, what did we talk about before? Oh, guess what? We didn't talk about anything because we were doing other activities. I just want you to try it. Whoever is listening to me, I just want you to try it. The next person that you talk to, take sex off the table and see if you really like them. Because I'm telling you, it's changed my life. And you get a little bit more clearer too. Like God is able to talk to you more clearly when you're not doing things that he doesn't want you to do. Not saying that he won't talk to you while you're doing that. Like God loves us and he just is gonna, keep talking to us, but you might not be able to hear. If you are doing something that's kind of, a little suspect, you might not be able to hear. And that's probably why I didn't know the love of my life was not the love of my life. But yeah, so just try it. Like I said, I'm not hating. I'm not trying to be anything other than just trying to give you a couple of hints so that you won't have to go through what I went through, because this is ghetto. Every time I have to get on here and tell y'all about past relationships and how I handled them and how my self-esteem was so low, it's super like, I don't want y'all to have to go through that. So that's just my 2 cents for today. Do with it what you will, and make sure you meet me back here next time so I can tell you what happened with Courtney and what happened with Isaac, the IT guy, when he got back, and how I kind of tried to juggle all of them and Q at the same time. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.